What do y'all think about this too before I go, man? Weili and Grasso linking up to get some work in. I see Weili, you trying to get a little intel, right? Weili want to get Zhang Weili trying to get a little intel about Valentina, maybe, and Grasso trying to step up her game a little bit on the ground. I mean, look at their size here. Weili got a little bit of a muscle to her. I mean, she look a little bit heavier than Grasso, don't she? Yeah, Axel said it too. She look a little big, right? She look a little big, man. Like I don't know about height wise, but of course, she do look big here. She looking like she might outweigh Grass a little bit here. Um, I mean, this is good link up, man. This is a good link. This is a good link, man. I like the fact that Grasso is humble enough to say, "Hey, let's get some work in," because that's what Wei Lee had to do, right? That's what Wei Lee had to do when she took on Rose. Even after she fought Rose the second time, what did she do? Hey, let's get up there with Marab. Let's get some work in with Marab. So Zhang Weili linked up with Marab, and she ain't looked back since, right? That girl cardio and her wrestling been off the chain. So Grasso got to do the same thing. And that was the thing. I think when Grasso won the belt, there was so much going on, a lot of pressure, and just a lot of things going on. Like she couldn't really prepare for the second and third fight like she prepared for the first fight. Y'all know what I mean? Like the first fight, she had full preparation and full focus for because that was the only thing that was going on. But then a lot of promotion happened. They did the tough house and, jumping right back in there. Valentina ain't no one-dimensional fighter, right? So when you go right back into Valentina second time around, you got to do, you got to do what you did the first time, but better. So it comes out a draw. Then they do the third fight, but they film in the tough house. So she didn't really get a chance to, really focus on wrestling and things like that, which we saw she had issues in the first and second fight. She was getting taken down easy. So a lot of that kind of came into play. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, like, that's just how it is. Like, that's how it is. Like, once you start moving up, there are things that you got to make sure you're still working on, especially when you're trying to defend against Valentina two times. You got to keep fighting the same fighter, but Valentina's not like other fighters. So I think it's wise now, while there's downtime, is to get this type of work in and just keep going from there. Um, Weili, yeah, I think it's good for her. Weili get to roll with a flyweight. She's trying to get that work in too. I don't think these two will be fighting anytime soon. I think Grasso might be targeting Rose next. I think Rose said she would like that fight, right? In Mexico, or not Mexico, but where is it going to be? Texas, UFC Noche. So yeah, that worked, man. That would work. But yeah, this is necessary work, I think, on their side. Like Grasso, the only way you're going to get better against physical fighters is to really be in there with one training. Grasso did have Grasso was looking better in like the clinches, I think, down the throughout her flyweight path. Like I thought, like against Macy Barber and against Valentina in the second fight, like her strength was there. I like I like the clinch game she had in the inside game. I like her strength there. So I always thought like she was transitioning there. But as far as like her ground game and wrestling, that was her weak point. That was really her biggest weak point. So now you got to see. Now she has to see somebody like Wei Lee to get that work in to really take her to that next level. Yeah, BJ. Yeah, Wei Lee looked thicker than Grasso. She definitely do, man. She definitely does. So, you know, um, flyweight as far as making the weight might not be an issue, but it just comes down to her style. Like, does her style work at flyweight? That's going to be the big question. Yeah, Easy said Whaley only big because she's not cutting weight. He said Shevchenko had a whole career of kicking some Chinese butt in Muay Thai before Whaley was hitting the bag. Yeah, she been doing it, man. Easy got on. He said Grasso got owned by Valentina. If I was Weili, I wouldn't want that loser energy rubbing off for me. Oh man, he said I'm trolling. Oh man, where's the Grasso era people at, man? Don't come at the Grasso era people. BJ, you gonna take that, man? Don't nobody defend Alexa Grasso like they used to, man. What happened? Don't nobody defend her anymore, man. That's sad, man. Like, I still like Alexa Grasso. I just never thought she would beat Valentina, but she did. But I didn't think she would beat her in the second and third fight, and she did. He said, "You don't want that." Come on, man. Maybe that's what she needs, though. Maybe she needs the winner energy to rub off on her. That's what's happening. The winner energy is going to rub off on Alexa Grasso. Yo, Marcus Bell, what's going on, man? What's up? Oh man, I think it's going to be a interesting outcome for her. I think it'll be an interesting outcome. Yeah, easy. I was yeah. I pretty much didn't think Grasso would hold that belt like that. Like winning it was definitely possible because of the game plan they utilized. But after that, I was like, I don't think she's gonna hold it like that. And I wasn't being mean. I'm just saying like it's a totally different thing, man. Totally different, you know, realm you step in when you defend the belt. Because Valentina, to me, won the second fight. I thought Valentina won the second fight, but they didn't give it to her. She had to go in there and solidify it in the third fight. Oh man, BJ said shaking my head. Come on, man. Where y'all at? Y'all ain't gonna defend Grasso anymore. Like, I still think Manon will come back and win. Like, I think Manon will get another title shot before Grasso does. Like, I still rock with Manon like that. Like, I think she can still beat a lot of the other top 10 contenders or top 10 fighters. See, I can say that, but where y'all? See, I rock with the Beast like that. I'll tell you the truth about Manon, but I'll tell you also that I think, there's some things she needs to work on before she gets back into the belt status to fight Valentina. But I think she still beats a lot of the top 5 fighters. Like, I think Manon still beats Macy Barber. She still beats Aaron. She'll beat Grasso. The toughest fight she'll have, I think, of course, is the champion and Natalia Silva. I'm gonna be honest; those will be the toughest fights for Manon Field. But what about y'all, former champ, man? Former champ Grasso. I want to hear some of y'all say that. Like, where does Grasso stand? Now, what do y'all think? Where does she stand at? Mm. I ain't really hear nobody come back strong for Grasso over here like that. Nobody ever really came back strong for Grasso saying, "Oh, she'll be back. This is what she needs to do." Like me, if I didn't think Manon couldn't do it, I would tell you. But I think she still can do it. Like, I think there was a lot of things in there. Like, it was just a bad approach, and a lot of the things that she had weren't used right. So it can be fixed. It can definitely be fixed, in my opinion. Easy say, I will tell you right now, Grasso's confidence is shot. I think she's due for a break. Yeah, that might be it too, man. That might be it too. Axel said, "Yeah, it was just a bad approach from Manon and her team." I think so. Like, I do. The more I look at it and I reflect, like I'll talk about it a little bit later or tomorrow in a video. It was just a bad approach because her trying to match Valentina with striking, I think was just a mistake. But there was a lot of like strength opportunities there and good takedown opportunities that where you were like, whoa, okay. I think really main thing building up to her fight with Valentina, they should have really been, focusing on like more of a more inside fighting and clinch game and even like grappling. Robot said Grasso is still elite. Is the hunger still there? Uh I don't know if the I don't know if the hunger is the same as winning the belt or getting there, because that fight against Natalia Silva was whew. You got to remember that Natalia Silva fight, that might have taken her down a couple of steps too, to make her say, okay, I got to think now. Like, it's not only Valentina, but now I got Natalia Silva to worry about. These different styles. BJ said Grasso has to evolve. Easy says seemed like Manon froze up for some reason. It wasn't like Valentina was really keeping her from doing anything. I think it was that. I do think it was partly that. Like, the first round was the shocker, but I think ice kind of broke in the next few rounds. Because if you go by what 2B said, 2B, shout out to 2B, him being the numbers man, he said that you could almost argue that Manon won the fight going by his numbers. So, I mean, maybe he felt like, okay, she did break the ice, with control time and so on. But I thought she lost fight. But go by those numbers, I mean, yeah, she kind of woke up. That first round was kind of freeze up because, you get hit in the nose, you start bleeding, and that doesn't happen a lot. It hasn't happened in very many fights. It could kind of put a damper on the plan you want to execute. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's just what it is. I think that stuff like this is necessary, though. Like, iron sharpens iron. You got to get the champion. You got to keep that champion energy around you, and you got to keep working. You got to keep on, doing what you do. Be humble and say, hey, I'm not good at this, so let me call certain people that are. Yeah, that's a big part, to evolve, because Grasso was evolving when she came in. Like, this Grasso is not the Grasso at 115, not at all. Grasso has really shown some greatness as far as wanting to step it up and evolve as a fighter. I think just to get through that pressure part, it takes a little bit of humility and stuff like this, to work on things that she's uncomfortable with, to take her to that next level. But yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see if they do the Rose fight in September. That's a possibility, right?